In this video, I'm sharing 7 natural methods to help you lose water weight fast. With these tips, you could drop a few pounds overnight and shed several pounds by the end of the week. The fastest way to get rid of water weight is by reducing your carb intake. The reason is that your body stores carbs within cells as glycogen, and each gram of glycogen holds 3 to 4 grams of water. That means your body can hold up to 5 pounds of water weight from stored carbs alone. So if you cut out carbs and deplete your glycogen stores, you could lose all that weight in just a few days. This process also explains why most people experience immediate weight loss when switching to a low-carb or keto diet. But it's important to understand that stored carbs aren't the root cause of the negative effects of water retention. That's because glycogen holds water inside the cells, whereas water weight that causes bloating is generally outside the cells. Nevertheless, the bad form of water retention can be caused by excessive carb intake, because when a hormone called insulin is chronically elevated, your kidneys don't excrete as much water. Therefore, avoiding large insulin spikes can prevent water retention, and the best way to do that is by avoiding high glycemic carbs like refined grains and sugary drinks. This doesn't mean you have to cut out carbs altogether. Just try to prioritize low glycemic carbs like vegetables and whole grains. The second method for losing water weight quickly is reducing your consumption of salty foods. Sodium is an electrolyte that regulates your body's fluid balance, but eating too much of it increases water retention and plasma volume. That's why you often feel bloated after eating too much pizza or Chinese takeout. But it can also lead to more serious issues like high blood pressure. The World Health Organization recommends less than 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day, but the average American consumes almost 3,500 milligrams. As a general rule, a food is high in sodium if it contains 20% or more of the recommended daily value per serving. Unfortunately, it's easy to overconsume sodium because it's everywhere as a preservative and food flavoring in the Western diet. So one of the keys to reducing water retention is avoiding ultra-processed foods and checking nutrition labels. Another way to flush out water weight is by increasing your potassium intake. This electrolyte has the opposite effect of sodium and helps your cells release excess water. The recommended daily intake of potassium is 3,500 to 4,700 milligrams, but most people struggle to hit that amount. The easiest way to get more potassium is eating healthy foods like bananas, orange juice, avocados, and potatoes. Still, it can be hard to get enough potassium, especially if you're on a low-carb diet. One trick I've found is using a salt substitute in place of table salt. These seasonings provide anywhere from 390 to 640 milligrams of potassium in a quarter teaspoon, and you can find them at most grocery stores. Another good option is using electrolyte powders with a high potassium to sodium ratio. You can mix electrolytes with water and drink it throughout the day. I currently use this Dr. Berg electrolyte powder because it has 1,000 milligrams of potassium and only 40 milligrams of sodium. Balancing your electrolytes is a great start for dialing in your body's water balance, but you should also drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. As strange as it sounds, drinking more water is one of the best ways to get rid of excess water weight. The reason is that dehydration causes your kidneys to conserve water by reabsorbing it from urine and other places. When that happens, you get unwanted bloating and puffiness. So drinking enough water to stay hydrated is key to reducing water retention. But the amount of water you need depends on your body size and workout conditions. A good rule of thumb is to consume enough water so your urine is clear or light yellow. If it's dark yellow or brown, you're already dehydrated. Drinking water is like playing defense to prevent water retention. But if you're already retaining water, you can go on offense by working out or breaking a sweat. Sitting in a sauna or steam room is an effective way to sweat out excess water and sodium. Studies show that a single 20-minute session can help you sweat out 0.8 to 1.1 pounds of water weight. And the more body mass you have, the more water weight you can lose. In extreme cases, you could lose up to 2.5 pounds in just 20 minutes. However, you will regain some of that weight when you replenish your fluids. And it's vital not to sit in a sauna too long or you'll end up getting dehydrated and holding excess water again. Cardio workouts are another good way to sweat out excess water weight, and they can help you lose more water weight through respiration as your breathing rate increases. Studies show that most people can lose around 1 liter of water per hour of exercise. That's equivalent to 2.2 pounds of weight loss from a 60-minute workout. Like cardio, resistance training helps you lose water through sweat and respiration, but it also pulls water into your muscle cells, which can help alleviate bloating. Finally, lower intensity exercise like yoga and stretching prevent fluids from pooling in your limbs by increasing blood flow. They also have the added benefit of reducing stress hormones that can cause water retention. Many athletes and bodybuilders use diuretics to drop weight and look leaner before a competition, but diuretic drugs can have dangerous side effects when used without medical supervision. For most people, it's safer to use natural diuretic herbs, vitamins, and minerals. Some of the most common ones are dandelion extract, vitamin B6, magnesium, and caffeine. Keep in mind, these compounds have a mild diuretic effect at best, and you shouldn't rely on supplements alone to help you lose water weight. But they could provide an added boost when combined with the other methods you just learned. I'll put a link in the description so you can see all 19 ways to get rid of water retention. Now you might be wondering how much water weight you can expect to lose in a day or a week. The short answer is it depends on several factors, such as your starting weight, body composition, and how much excess water you're holding. In general, it's feasible to lose 2 to 3 pounds of water weight overnight, especially if you're bloated or just ate a lot of extra carbs. Likewise, you could lose 7 to 10 pounds in a week if you're holding that much excess water. For example, my client Matt lost 7 pounds in 7 days by exercising, drinking more water, cutting out sugary drinks, and reducing his carb intake. Of course, your results will vary depending on your circumstances, and everybody's body reacts differently to changes in diet, exercise, and water balance. It's also important to point out that there are many different causes of water retention, from mild dehydration to chronic medical conditions. So check with your doctor to make sure you don't have any underlying health issues before trying these water loss techniques. Finally, losing water weight is not a long-term weight loss solution. Once you get rid of that excess water, additional weight loss comes from burning body fat, and that requires a dedicated nutrition and workout plan. You can learn more about healthy weight loss on my website by clicking the link in the description.